Jesus said to the Jews who had believed in him, "If you continue in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free." They answered him, "We are descendants of Abraham and have never been slaves to anyone. What do you mean by saying, 'You will be made free'?" Jesus answered them, "Very truly, everyone who commits sin is a slave to sin. The slave does not have a permanent place in the household. The Son has a place there forever. So if the Son makes you free, you will be free indeed." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ. You all may be seated. Let's see if I can find the author. I'm so sorry. I couldn't print. I could not print my sermon and with the printer. And let me see if I can find it. If I can't find it, we may not have it. Is this the one? I don't know, printer and my sermon was not in a good. Thank you. And look, that's like now it's like they are totally in a point of like, what do you want? Like, where is my sermon? I thought I typed up in the morning. I can't see it. You have to bear with me. I'll try what I got and what I see and what. You know, those are the things you never know whatever it is. And it's a monster. It's a monster. Oh yeah, that's not what I wrote. Okay, here we go. That's not what I wrote. Never say it.
Let's stop.
You got it. We'll get there. So we'll see. I need you to help me. The first things I need to tell you is what today is a special day because it is
Reformation Sunday.
Very good. Do you know when the actual Reformation date is? When is the actual date of the Reformation? Today is we designate last Sunday in October as the Reformation Sunday, so we put everything red, and we put red in the clothes too. Do you know what the actual date of the Reformation Day is? October 31st. Very good, Neil. Yes, that's what it is. So that if you go out on October 31, people asking candidates to your place, you may say, "Happy Reformation." Then they will give you, "What?" And you need to explain. That's a Lutheran thing. So I thought of this that since it's a Reformation Sunday, so maybe we can start with a little Reformation quiz to think about and kind of review what we know about Reformation. And I have the answer in here. And we'll see. I asked somebody to keep the secret for this one and two to the answer person. And I will go to Coach. Do you think you can keep a secret?
I can always keep a secret.
Don't show to everybody, because you will help us the answers. All right. I have four questions. And you know, It's a multiple choice. And don't feel bad about it if you don't get it right. Actually, it's better if you don't get it right. Because if we make a mistake, our brain is working a little harder than if we get the correct answer. And that stays on our memory better. I tell you from my experience, it is. If I make mistakes, I remember better. So don't feel bad about it. Just feel lighthearted. I mean, I'm not going to grade for this. So the first question is this. The reformer, Martin Luther, was born in 1483 in current-day Germany. What is the name of his hometown? What is the name of his hometown? Multiple choice. A, Eisleben. B, Wittenberg. C, Eisenach. A, Eisleben. B, Wittenberg. And C, Eisenach. My German's not good. Forgive me my German pronunciation. What do you think? Which one would be his hometown?
C.
C, Eisenach. We'll check. Coach, what is the answer?
The answer is A, isolated.
You were close.
Yes, but all those cities I mentioned has an important part. You did right with not be tricked by me putting Wittenberg in there, and so that's the most famous name. But no, Eisleben is where he was born and grew up, and Eisenach is where the Wartburg Castle, where he was in hiding, that located is. And Wittenberg, of course, everyone knows that he was a preacher out there. Very good. Question number 2. Reformation on October 31st, because Martin Luther posted theses at the Wittenberg Castle Church, which is like discussion question he posted. So how many theses did he write? How many theses? A, 72. B, 95. C, 101.
B.
B.
Pretty strong voices B coming out there. Let's see, Bill. The coach, tell us the answer.
The answer is in a hermetically sealed envelope. B, 95.
He wrote 95 theses. And this one is about indulgence. That's what they're selling. He was going against. This summer, when on my way on a trip to Japan, I was reading that in Japanese. It's like, I didn't realize what he was talking about. It's really about what the salvation means. And he was not as nasty as his later writing was. So if you feel like it, it's only 95, and everyone's not that long. So you may check it out and read it, because that definitely is the start of the movement. 2 more questions. Hope it's getting easier and easier for you. So, as you know, Luther wrote hymns, right? He also wrote hymns, congregational singing. What we do at the Lutheran Church in worship was a part of the Reformation movement. He insisted that congregation should sing, so that he also wrote some hymns which people can sing. You know, some of the things are harder to sing, so he made it available and accessible to the people. So the most famous, in my opinion, for the Lutheran hymn is A Mighty Fortress. The German is Ein festes Burg. Bettina, correct me if I'm wrong. So this mighty fortress we sing a lot is based on the scripture from the Psalms. So which psalm this is based on? The choices are A, Psalm 23, B, Psalm 46, and C, Psalm 121. Psalm 23, A, B, Psalm 46, C, Psalm 121.
D.
Hmm?
46.
46. Well, let's review the answer.
Neil is absolutely correct. Psalm 46, B.
So that is actually one of the reasons every Reformation Sunday we read Psalm 46 in the Psalm thing. I mean, that is very deep Lutheran thing. So actually we read it. Psalm 46 is correct. Very good, Neil.
Good guess.
Good guess. Okay, this is the last question I have. Oh, by the way, if you feel like you're not quite right in there, last year Bettina made this, and there is it's information in here, so you may take that home and check it out. But I have one more question to you. My last question is, on Reformation Sunday, what shall a preacher preach on? A, Luther. B, freedom. C, grace.
D, all of the above?
D, all of the above. That I didn't think about that. I went to multiple questions. That is a good answer, Linda. But instead of go the all of the above, this is the answer for today. Grace. Because I think the grace is really the core of the Lutheran theology. Grace makes everything who we are as Lutheran. So let me ask you, how many of you have ever heard the word grace in your life? Pretty good. Everyone goes like, oh, of course, what you're talking about, very good. Then my next question, what is grace? What is grace to you?
Forgiveness. Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Very good. Same answer came from the Pentecost, and I think it's a really neat one. That's very good. I like that. Forgiveness is good. Any other thing you've heard?
Undeserved forgiveness.
Undeserved forgiveness. That's very good. You guys are good Lutheran because I hear the same answer at the St. Nicholas too. You guys pretty good. So for grace, let's see if I can find it. Can be also comes out as, okay, let's see if I can find what it is. Okay, here we go. Grace is this, it can be also said as God, radical, agape, which means a divine love in Greek, in Christ, which empowers. That's one way to express. Or the other way to express like that was what? Oh, I get this as well. It can be expressed as, gee, really? Cool. You. It can be that way because it brings our emotions with the grace. Or maybe the grace can be expressed as, like Neil, you said, unexpected, undeserved forgiveness, the mercy we receive. So I have this story about example of how grace can be experienced. So, grace experience. Do you go shopping? Do you go shopping? Yeah. Do you go shopping to Dollar General? Yes. That is a famous store in Fairfax. Those who does not know what the Dollar General is, that's like the convenience store, which carries different kind of little things, but not the groceries. Some food, but it's not the groceries. But they have little things. The convenience store, I call it. So Dollar General. One day, I went there to get the Halloween candies. That was the reason I went there. But when I entered there, on the side, there's a cart in there, and which said 70% off. You know, sometimes they have that sale thing. So I looked at there, and I saw this shower curtain, which is like a little cute shower curtain for kids. Recently, my kitty cat and I played a little bit in the bathtub and pulled the shower curtain, and it was holding for 5 or so instead of for the rest. It was a bigly holding to it. And when I saw it in the cart, I said, cool, let's pick up this shower curtain. And if it's 70% off, it's a good deal. So I grabbed the shower curtain, grabbed some candies, went to the cashier. And the cashier is ringing up my items. And the shower curtain, when they ringed, it rang $10. And I probably had the face and go, I thought it was 70% off. I don't spend $10 for a curtain. And maybe the cashier saw my face. She immediately said to me, don't worry, I got you covered. And she did these little magical things in the register, and it came up $3 something. I got you covered. When I heard the word, it kind of felt relieved that somebody's mercy, which I didn't anticipate, I didn't deserve. You know, if somebody put mistakenly out there, that's okay. That happens. But the cashier's word, I got you covered, made me felt relieved and brought this joy within. That's grace. Undeserved mercy. That we call grace. in today's reading from the Romans, that is often called the heart of Lutheran theology because it tells us about this God who acts, this God who forgives, this God who gives the salvation as a gift. The God who takes care of us. We are sinful people. We are so broken, we fall short, and we screw up. But God, it didn't matter to God. God still takes care of us, and God gives the salvation as a gift. This understanding of who God is just something which important to us as a Lutheran. Lutheran theology may not speak to everybody that I understand these days, but it speaks to people who know their limitations, who tries hard to do everything it's right and know that it always comes up something short. We know that Luther knew his limitations. Luther knew his flaws and his inability to make his relationship with God right. So when Luther saw this passage in Romans, that it's just the God's grace. The God's gracefully comes to our place to take care, to save him. And he found life in that God's grace. So God's grace, it's something God saying to us, I got you covered. Whatever holding in us or weighing on us, or even in happy days, God said the same thing. I got you covered. You are my beloved child, no matter what. So I ask you again, what is grace? What is grace to you? Grace, maybe also we can express in this way. Gift of reconciliation. Abide in Christ eternally. Amen. And thank you, Coach, you are very good at announcing stuff. You are so gracious to all of us. So thank you. And thank you, author, for bearing with me.